Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you Sunday, January 26th, the year 2020. Let's talk trading. Weekly open and gap. Okay, before we get into the charts, let's just take a few seconds to remember that. One, do not lose more on any particular trade than you're willing to lose. That's your risk. Okay? And of course, boys and girls, always remember and never forget these videos are for educational purposes only. And your results may differ from mine. Not to mention, trading is very, very, very risky. You can lose all of your money. So, if you need trading advice, financial advice, investing advice, seek it from an accredited financial professional. One of those people that have a certificate, enclosed in glass hanging on the wall. That way, if you take their advice and you lose all of your money, you got your advice from an accredited financial professional rather than somebody you heard on YouTube or read about on the internet or got an email or something. Okay, dollar yen weekly chart. Huge gap down. We've got a lot of gaps left to fill here this week. So, perhaps you might be able to take advantage of one of these gap trades. Just remember, these videos are educational purposes only. And you can see here, we actually touched the yearly open and bounced off of it by 20 pips. Now let's just look at the euro, since there was that one trader wanted to look at the euro. As you can see here on the daily, we're still 174 pips below the yearly open, but we've got a green candle here. Oh yes, and then was the other trader wants to look at the new beast, and we're 179 pips off the open so far today. You see we went down, but we're already 82 pips off of that low. And they asked me, it's like, hey, 4 pips, should I trade that? Well, look here, we've already have a range of 92. So you take away 4, that leaves what, 88 pips. Don't really worry about that spread. Just be smart when you trade. Okay, moving on here. We're now establishing our opening range for the week. As you can see, we dipped down into the opening range for the month and we have come back up out of it. And on the weekly chart here, widen the candles, you can see we hit the buy zone, went up some, pulled back down. And dollar yen, we are now below that inside bar of the weekly inside bar of 6 weeks ago. We are below that. But we're still above that monthly inside bar of 4 months ago. So we'll see what happens to the upside. Okay, on the range, only 31 pips, so no rat zones on dollar yen. Once again, a nice gap down. And looking at, let's just bring up that New Zealand or pound New Zealand dollar. You can see here we're in that upper daily wick zone. Let's put things back to the dollar yen. Weekly H1 highest open, weekly H1 lowest open. We got the yearly and monthly here. Looking at the buy zone, we're 44 pips below the pivot point. Wouldn't that be a nice trade to fill that pivot, right? Now let's see, what do we got on the New Zealand? We've got a pivot point right here. That has already been taken out. And on the euro, we're still going towards the pivot. We're only off by 1 pip at the moment. no rat zone. But if we bring up the new beast, as you can see, it's time for red rats to rejoice. Notice here we came down, filled that gap, and then price shot back up. So combining a couple of methods, taking the gap fill. Actually, right here, we see we filled the gap, it gapped up, came down, filled the gap, then take the rat zone out. If you're a green rat, and as you can see, you would have been feasting on cheese. Red rats have had one opportunity here and now looking for a second. And if we look at the euro dollar, once again, range too low, no trade. Okay, here's the weekly pivot on the dollar yen, 195.55. And we've got the pivot for today, I'm sorry, not 199, 109.55, 109.36 for the daily pivot. And as you can see, we've already crisscrossed the monthly pivot. Okay, showing here the daily pivot. Once again, we've missed it so far today. So we haven't hit it, I should say. It won't be a miss until tomorrow if we missed it or not. You can see there was a missed pivot 3 days ago on the new beast and on the euro. We're just about hitting that pivot right now. Okay, we saw where the dollar yen opened between 90 and 80. Price doesn't like to stay between these two lines. And as you can see, it's already exited to both sides. We opened below the candle, so we haven't even touched a wick zone. Horizontal lines, as you can see here, not much. Einstein line, since I've been changing charts, don't really have much. We have to wait around for a few minutes to have anything meaningful on the Einstein line. But this right now, 108.92, as you can see, looking to go up. And the tick chart, once again, dynamic chart. So if you switch time period or if you switch pairs, it starts over because we don't have the bid and ask data. Okay, looking at the weekly ATR range here. Looking at that's the upper range, lower range for the week. Here we go for the day. Need a tick. There we go. We got that tick. I guess I know why I didn't put the buttons down here, because we need all the room for the charts here. As you can see, the min is ATR 12 and the max ATR 13 here on the day. Min on the week, ATR 3, max ATR 5. So look at those levels. And let's see if we go back to what chart here. We can pull up the new beast for the new beast lover. I'm too far ahead. Here we go. Looking at the ranges. So you got 2.0 on the upside, 1.96 on the downside. So a lot of range here for the weekly. And we'll see if we hit any of those ATRs or not. And let's see if we pull one for the euro. Right here, we're just meandering around the open, but you can see the min and max ranges here for the week and for the day for today. Put that back to the yen. Looking at the high-low lines that need to be taken out here. And we can look at the new beast high-low lines to be taken out, and the euro dollar lines to be taken out. So for price to make move, it has to take these lines. So those are breakouts of highs that haven't already been broken out. So just something to look at when you're trading, especially when the ranges are compressed. You know, price is going to have to take out. So we've only got 12 pip range on the euro. So chances are either these highs or these lows will be taken out by the end of the day. Let's see, we've got lower low on the daily, lower low on the weekly, and a lower low on the monthly so far. And we do have a higher high on the monthly of dollar yen. And let's see, for the new beast lovers, we don't have anything significant here. We can switch this over to daily. So right now we're working with an inside bar, but the day isn't over. And looking at the euro, once again working with the inside bar, but the day isn't over. But nothing, no lower lows or higher highs there. So fellow traders, that's your weekly open. I hope you maybe if you trade the weekly open gaps that you find a pair you like to trade and you're profitable with that trade. But and I was going to say, I think I've answered all the questions. Oh, there was one trader that wanted to put 55 pairs in the dashboard. No, I didn't set it up for that many pairs. I don't have the screen real estate for that. And I'm not sure why anybody wants to look at 55 pairs, but that's just a matter of choice. Let's see. Was there any other code questions out there? None that I can remember. But anyway, keep your questions coming. I try to answer each and every one. And as you're trading this week, just remember, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks.